Meanwhile, they try to tell you that the vulva is the flower, you know? The vulva is the rose, the petals of the rose that are the vulva. I appreciate those comparisons, you know? They're trying to say that the vulva is beautiful, and I agree, you know? But if someone gave me a bouquet of roses and one of them looked like my vulva, I'd say I think someone stepped on one of the roses. It slipped from the bouquet, someone stepped on it, and then they tried to get rid of the evidence by kicking it into a crack in the wall, and it just won't fully disappear inside there, will it? No. And why are the petals so thick? No, the vulva is beautiful, but it requires the kind of tilted gaze of a more poetic eye. Shall I step in? I mean, I'll give it a shot. To me, the vulva, my vulva perhaps, my vulva is beautiful in the way that a tattered flag is beautiful. Its frayed edges telling a tale of how ideals met actualities. To me, a vulva may be beautiful in the way a burger is beautiful. A burger with all its particular fixins, you know, wrapped up in crinkly, greasy, foiled paper. And then they cut it. I love when they wrap it up and then they cut it. And then they go, and then you see the layers, these different textures, and they're pressed together, and yeah, there's a threat of a spill. Yeah, there's a risk of a sudden disassembly, but it holds, it holds. The vulva is the burger that holds. The penis is the flower, the penis is, I think the penis is a feminine icon, if I may be so bold. At very least, it's the most feminine thing on my boyfriend's body. Like, if my boyfriend got out of the shower and said, quick, find the little woman on this man. It'd be an odd game, but I'd instantly have an answer. It's not the shoulder. I see her, she's right there, Susan. The name Susan would come to me instantly. His penis is a Susan, but looking back, they were all Susans to me. They were Susans, they were Geraldines, they were Vanessas. You know, now, am I saying the penis is a little woman? No, well, if you're a certain kind of guy who really doesn't like that idea, then yeah, that's exactly what the fuck I'm saying. But no, it's more like the rude stereotypes of women. Those were good descriptions of the penis the whole time. Like, describe women unfairly, you're probably describing the penis perfectly, you know? Like, oh, they're so sensitive, they're always reacting to things, they're needy, they nag you, they poke you in the night. Hello, are you awake? I'm awake, I guess we're both awake now. The penis is a sensitive, the penis is the nag, the penis is the drama queen. I mean, the ultimate drama queen. Just 1 minute, life of the party. And then the very next, just flopped over and sulking on the fainting couch that is the inner thigh, just waiting for someone to notice that, frankly, she's upset. Can't be mad at her, she'd make a scene, she'd step aside. Just left. I'm not making a face, this is my face. This is the face you married. The penis orgasm has kind of a hysterical quality to it. In the old sense, a proper turn-of-the-century Vienna Freud's couch, a proper neurotic hysteric. The orgasm, a kind of sudden revelation, a hideous blurt. There's I killed father, you know? A little bit of Abigail in the courthouse in the crucible, you know? Just, and I suck Eddie Osborne with the devil. Now everyone's got to deal with it. A hint of my mother at a family gathering. Something comes to mind she thinks to say, realizes she shouldn't say it, and then there's a pushing it down, but the only relief for her is for her to just get it out on me. I see her coming my way, just, and then, are you sad you don't have kids? And it's on me, and she feels better, and fair enough. Fair enough. I get her a journal every year for Christmas, but I'm the journal, and that's okay. That's okay. But no, I feel like my orgasm doesn't put it on you in that same way. I feel like my orgasm has more of a selfless, heroic, you know, frankly, militaristic quality to it. I feel like my orgasm is like, you guys, run, like, I'll throw myself on the grenade and absorb the shock with my body. And then, at its most, you know, explosive moments of pleasure, the vaginal vulval complex, it doesn't explode, you know, it holds. It holds, it embodies a masculine, stoic ideal, just pulses, doing isometric work, contained and strong, a Viking against a tree after the battle is over, just pulsing to the rhythm of the battle drums fading away. No, the penis is clearly the more physically vulnerable of the crotchal items we come across. That's why I've never understood why it doesn't fully retract into the body. after it's done doing any of the things it does, I always feel like, wait, why can I still see you? You're weak, you need to go home. It's not safe for you out here in that form. You need to retreat. Please, retreat, retreat, retreat. Sometimes I like to think of it as a puppet. A puppet show comes out and does its bit, but after this puppet's bit is over, it doesn't disappear. Behind the puppet theater, this puppet just dies over the front of the stage and hangs there lifeless and scaring the children while the show continues. And you're going, I feel like we're not supposed to see that character anymore. And you're just hoping someone will just reel it back in, or the other puppets will incorporate its death into the narrative. The penis's vulnerability is something I've been aware of for some time, really since, I don't know, age 11, when I started reading these magazines with these articles, headlines on the cover, how to please your man. They broke the story every month, and I'd flip to the article to see if there was anything new. And it always kind of came down to a list of instructions about how not to injure the tender penis, you know? I remember specifically this, be careful near the tip. It's extremely sensitive. Like you can't imagine a part of the body as sensitive as the tip of a penis. And it's like, oh God. It must be very sensitive then. And that's the first thing I'm gonna run into on the penis. Like in my approach, I have to land gingerly because that's the most sensitive part. It's like, shouldn't you bury that treasure somewhere deeper in the castle? I go, all right, once I'm past the gauntlet of the sensitive tip, surely now I can relax. I mean, I'm on the shaft, right? The shaft sounds strong, but no, they had a warning there. This is the underside of the shaft. This skin is thin and delicate. Shall I dab eye cream on it with my weakest finger? Dab and tap, only dab and tap. And then the balls, the storied balls. Endless mythology of the balls, the ways things can go wrong for them, and it'll be your fault. The blue balls legend, of course. Cross-culturally, it can vary, but the essence is always the same, you know? If you're the cause of an erection, well, you better answer for that erection you caused. This clock's ticking, and pretty soon those balls down there, well, they could turn blue, and it's never clear what happens after that. All that's clear is that now you're the witch. You're the witch. You're the witch that turns little balls blue. It's just never been a sexually inspiring threat to me, the blue balls threat, you know, the kind of, somebody might want to do something soon, like jerk me off or something, because otherwise it's really gonna hoot down there. That just turns you into this baby, and me and your mama sexually, where I have to look out for your potential medical emergency, because, you know, it takes a village. No, I think it's the helplessness of blue balls that repulses me. The refusal to relieve oneself. If I have a very full bladder, I don't stand around complaining, why is someone bunking me on the lower abdomen to get the urine out, right? Right, I would excuse myself and relieve myself. But blue balls has this kind of, no, right? I don't do it, no. No, it's kind of overtired. No, I don't do, no, only mama. Only mama burped my dick. It's a burping of the dick. If blue balls are real, then to relieve them is to burp them. And look, I occasionally overreach with my metaphors, you know, for the love of the game. Not that one, that one's perfect. The teeth shaming started young. The messages of, oh, if you have your full set of teeth, don't you go in a room where a penis is. It's not safe for that penis. Why would you put that penis at risk, you toothy monster? What's the idea? What's the plan? Are you going to try to give someone a toothy blowjob? Is that the idea? The toothy blowjob, another tale from Grimm's, I guess. And somehow kind of a big concept at my high school. The first time I understood this in a practical way, that my teeth were a potential danger to the penis, I was 12. I was at my best friend's house after school. So it was me, it was my best friend, you know, 12. Her older sister is 16, and the older sister's best friend, 16. So the relationship there, you know, is over, up, and over. And I always feel like over, up, and over is someone you can get real information from. Because I already know everything over knows, came down, over, up, and over. It's a diagonal. You see, it's a diagonal wisdom, and you go, thank God I'm here on this day. It didn't have to go this way, you know? But I feel like she knew her role was to teach, because she said to us kind of out of nowhere, all right, so I guess I'll show you girls now how to give a blowjob, because, well, you'll need to know eventually, because I'm the blowjob queen. She just said it. And she took a cucumber out of the fridge, and she wrapped it in cellophane out of respect for dinner, which I appreciated. And she began to demonstrate on the cucumber. I don't know who can learn from a demonstration in this life. I mean, any context, you know, they just do nothing for me. Watching the art teacher paint is just, indeed, I see where you're the teacher. You're very good. Shall we proceed to our campuses now so the humiliations can begin? You know, it's just, she's demonstrating on the cucumber, and I'm more stuck on what she said, the blowjob queen thing, and maybe even more the way she said it, because she just said it, you know? She just let the words ring out in the air. She didn't make a face to let us know that she knew that she was being a little funny or grandiose. No, she just said it, and she launched into her demonstration with authority. And I had questions, none of which I asked, to be clear. No, I mean, the first one being according to whom, but I'm not gonna ask that, okay? I'm not gonna ask that. I mean, to be clear, I didn't even blink when she said blowjob queen. Because I think that's one of the few courtesies we can offer nice people in this life. If they go for it and do the impossible, say something about themselves with confidence, Jesus, let them have it. I mean, just, and don't act like you're letting them have it, but like also reveal that you're not letting them have it, you know, sort of blinking up a storm. No, hold their gaze and let them have it. It's a nearly impossible act, you know? I'll occasionally say my own name and then just go, did I get that right, you know? The confidence required to say something like that. I mean, wow, you know, it felt like it was a proper self-appointment. And that impressed me, and that bewildered me. I mean, I've always attempted in this life to err towards what feels to me like a sort of prudent self-doubt in favor of the potentially foolish self-confidence, you know? Like, self-confidence is a good idea, you know, yeah, but there's a risk there. I fear that if I'm confident, I may turn into what I think of as the two fools. Okay, so if I like myself, it might feel good, but what if I'm wrong about myself? Then what are me and myself? We're just these two fools just congratulating each other. Oh, best in the biz, no one quite like us, we're fantastic. To me, it feels safe to, if I stand in the bathroom mirror, look at that person in the mirror and insult the person in the mirror, you know? Say, you're a fool. That way, even if they are a fool, at least me on this side of the mirror for a second, I'm someone who could spot a fool. And then I am not in myself two fools. I'm a fool and someone who's well aware, you know? I'm a fool and someone apologizing for them. And then my duo has 50% dignity. Do you see? I get a guarantee. If you split in two and hate yourself, you get a guarantee of 50% dignity versus taking the gamble of 0 versus 100. Do you see how the math of self-hatred is unimpeachable? But the seemingly self-appointed blowjob queen, I'll take it. The seemingly self-appointed blowjob queen said a couple things during her lesson that really stuck with me through the years. The first, it was just an offhand comment. She goes like this, oh, and you can play with the balls if you want. And then never mentioned them again. If you want. You can play with the balls if you want. I mean, I'm still thinking about it. Like, you're gonna be there, you're gonna be dying to play with those balls, but you won't know if you're allowed. And she wanted to let us know that, like, the toys in the pediatrician's office, no, please, those are literally there for you. I mean, if she said tickle the balls, I'd know what to do. That's a specific action, but to play with something, I mean, that's an intuitive, absent-minded sort of act. I mean, how does one bring an authentic spirit of play to the balls? Because if there was a hint of cliche to my ball play, I could not live. Do you understand? No, a whiff of contrivance, no. It is authentic or not at all for me in this life. That is a principle I've stood by since infancy. Really, I was one of the most authentic infants on that ward. It was Facadeville in there, honestly. All these babies, oh, look at me, I'm a baby. Not me, I was just living. Authentic or not at all, a principle I've stood by for better or worse. Oh, I could give you endless examples. I could give you endless examples of me choosing authenticity when I feel others did not. I'll give you one example from childhood, perhaps to see yourself reflected. So they used to make us play this game. In gym where you have to dance, and the teacher says freeze. And you gotta freeze in the position you're in, and if you can't, you're out. So here's how I would approach that game with what I believe is authenticity. Would you mind saying freeze for me just after a couple seconds of my dancing? Okay, thank you. All right, and just you, please. Thank you. All right, this is me playing that game in gym.
Freeze.
That was an authentic freeze. You saw me do my best to freeze in the position I was in. Sometimes, I know it wasn't particularly exciting, okay? Sometimes I'd see another kid approach it more like this. You do it again for me? All right, thank you.
Freeze.